We're coming down to the very. Ooh, oh, I forgot. I'm doing candle tonight. Ooh, there was a ghost story. Ooh. Once upon a time, there was a headless man, and he went. Ooh. No, I'm just trying to get rid of this candle. It's been this candle basically sits on the shelf for eons, and I'm pretty much leaving the house very soon, like in about a few years. So after saving massive quantities of bling, trying to get my own apartment and whatnot. Helps when we get a low credit rating. I have no references because, I do have character references through jobs, but not through renting because I don't know anybody. I'm a ghost. No. Okay, so basically, that's what I plan to do. When we plan to work, well, my wife tries to lock down at least 2 years. Well, you know how you're supposed to work for a place for more than 2 years? If it looks like 2 years, 2 years, 2 years, it doesn't look too well on your resume. So, she's having difficulties finding a workplace where they have competent staff. It's pretty much like The Office, but it's pretty much everywhere around the world like that. The whole point is that bosses and employees tend to F up a lot, but the thing is, that's the exercise. The exercise is that at work, we're supposed to deal with nincompoops, and learn how to work around these perceived differences in these so-called unreconcilable differences of our co-workers, so we can become diverse of ideas, and that's how you bring in. Pretend that the company's an organ, and you're the blood. You're the heart, you're the liver, you're the lungs, and you're all working, doing your own different things, but trying to keep the sucker alive. Because once the sucker alive, you go, and it's like bee, like that. We don't want the company to go bee. We want the company to go hee 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 hee. We want the old dudes to go bee. After they have served the company well, after they've retired, and they have an A-type personality, a very alpha personality. I have no problems being the Delta man, as long as I get Delta cash, working at work, and doing something I like. I'd be like the Creed character on The Office, sitting in the back, doing weird, spooky shit like Creed does, and then building my own tower, as my dad would call it. I'm also working with my dad on many business on the family business, trying to keep his legacy alive, trying to keep his world alive. I don't know if I'm gonna have kids or not because at my age, I'm not sure if I'm able to, but who knows the stem cells, right? But my wife has got to lock down at least 2 years. I mean, and like you said, she doesn't like working at places where the oh my god, finally he unsuccessful. It took him that long to finally stop me from being successful in attacking him. I'm gonna say GG to him, man. Be a good guy and say GG after I burn all his shit down, though. They're working in on me. I'm gonna find THC next game, and I'm gonna find where he is, and he's gonna change his name. I think maybe, or hopefully he's smart enough to change his name because I'm gonna keep on hitting him, and hitting him, and hitting him. Okay, so let's just continue burning his buildings down just for laughs. He's got fusion plants. He's got residents coming in. So I think we're just he's got the planes now. He was able to research the planes, so he's gonna bomb he's gonna totally do the whole Clinton bombing Kosovo move on me. The whole Clinton bombing campaign. I don't think the stealth bombers actually work. I mean, they have stealth fighters now, but I don't think the stealth bombers actually work. Either that or it's extremely expensive. But I didn't actually see them, in the 90s, in the early 2000s, during the Iraq War. They didn't really have much. But the Ospreys were finally being used after 20 years of delays of researching that fucker. They finally get the Ospreys to work, and it's how do I define the Osprey? I guess it has. I guess it's supposed to be some sort of a Chinook, like a transport helicopter. They're supposed to transport tanks, planes. No, tank. It's a plane. Tanks. It's an aircraft already. Planes, massive troopers. But they're trying to do it like a chopper. Like it goes yeet and then yeet. Because with a plane, with one of those Hercules, you need the that crazy Russian one that's white and that has a cargo plane. It's the biggest cargo plane in the world. You have those, but you need a huge runway for that though. And then just in case you haven't captured that area yet, and you need to ferry in supplies. That's what these ospreys are good for. Carrying in supplies and trade, but they want to go yeet and yeet. I wonder if ospreys are armed, but through the side door too. So instead of like having a nom chopper with very limited people, you have you can send in the whole thing. But the thing is, if those things go down, you just lost a whole shitload of planes and shitload of tanks, right? And jeeps and Humvees and all this other. So you just lost a huge shitload of ordinances, right? So let's go burn this shit down. I just lost the battle there, so didn't give complete orders. I will be building up my Kungan Empire, so as a form of the Kunganator. Just a way to say goodbye to you. Now the flame on this candle here. This used to be a candle that used to be like this tall. I'll show you. It used to be like this white candle. Oh, don't burn myself. I'll burn myself here. It's just I prefer scented candles. This is one of those crazy unscented candles, like Catholic oil. It's very unscented. They like the smell of it. I don't personally. And but picture this white candle up here, much taller, and now it's shrinking in stature. Oh god, it smells like veggie soap. Just like plain veggie soap. That's why I actually thought this was. I thought this was gonna be straight veggie soap, but it's not. It's actually toxic camphor. And I thought this was gonna be like other candles, like very scented, and very yum tasting. Not yum tasting because it's candles, but yum smelling, like a candy almost. There. So I'm just taking a little break from my studies. I plan to go full throttle into I plan to go full throttle into what should I call it? Into I was just kind of crumpling the candle wax inwards. See how much I've damaged this asswipe for. Oh, rewards. Sure, I got a couple. Do we have any missiles coming in? Please say that I've made a fusion missile. Oh no, I didn't have enough resources to make a fusion missile. So bye bye. I'm being attacked by all sides now. I'm being attacked by probes for hire. Probes for hire is such a pussy. He can't even fight properly. It took him a while. I mean, it took him a long time to attack me back after I've been hitting him. So he's a puss. He's afraid of my. Oh, right. Well, I don't have money now, but next week I'll have money. Not next week. Next month I should have enough. I should have enough. It has to be a small one because of COVID money, COVID money kind of plugged up my AISH, so my CPP and AISH. So yes, I'm on the pension program. Pension program, pension program, pension. I don't know why, because I don't know. I qualified for a pension program for some reason. The union, when I was a union worker, I guess I know, but I'm not even 65. What the fuck? I thought that's only for old people, like Creed on the show. I'm thinking of turning this cloth back into a what's it? Into a handkerchief once I run out of this glue stuff. This blue stuff has lasted me 2 years. I should get another blue stuff next year as well. Every glasses you get from the store, they give you free blue stuff and a free cloth. I have lots of cloths already, so I turn them into handkerchiefs. Sometimes I lose my handkerchiefs, sometimes I forget my handkerchiefs, so once the 2 years is up, this is going to become a handkerchief again. So I like these chamois these chamois cloths that have a little bump to it. So it looks like we won't be going to what's it after all? Oh, very spectacular. Okay, so most likely when I log back on, I'll be dead. So let's go to Discord. Then I don't really ask for gold. I give gold because I know that it fucks around with their trade balance. That puts me in the surplus too. So okay, so I'm going to be continuing on my ooh, now I'm all white. The screen's all white. I'd rather use a Canadian fractional share service if it's all the same to you guys. No offense to states, but I like to keep the industry, keep the economy going from within. So we are now reaching our first. 100 million after the quarter million here. After the million quarter here, we're now reaching the tertiary, the third hundredth of the million there. The decimal point is there, so third million, 300,000th, 1 and the 300,000th, and then once this becomes 2, then this becomes 0, then there's 2 million, 2 whole units of 2m. We're at 1.2 m. And it's already 12 o'clock now, so we're at, unfortunately, everything is gonna look like another rough day tomorrow. Sad. America's gonna reach its first quarter millionth. So, 250 millionth. No. It's not even a million. 250 millionth. Because we're gonna be if you're trying to concentrate from the explain this from the millionth part, I think that's how it works. About 250 million, 250,000. So, who knows? Maybe this number will slowly shrink, and that's gonna be very rough for America. Yesterday was a very, very deadly day. 10. We have a new record. 10,000 deaths already. So 10,000 deaths, the highest so far. It looks like it's going to keep rising. Maybe 20,000 deaths a day. That would be fucking insane. That'll be fucking. That'll be it's like a. So it's like half a small city there. In fact, my Star Kingdom used to be like at least used to be this grand star empire, space empire. Now it's collapsing all over. So, oh, I'm off. Okay, whatever. All right, so I'm gonna go back on Utopia and shut it down for the night so I can concentrate on this final assignment. I'm trying to study this program called Cups, and this Cups is I have a meeting tomorrow with the Cups manager, and hopefully I can put away my journals into one big binder, or a homemade binder, and I can finally have some time to devote to the Starship Club. I'm going to devote to the Klingon Club. Klingon crew or something. There's going to be to the other Starship Club, not the main one, not the King Yeti. But really just throwing some different fandom altogether. Star Trek and science fiction gaming, King Edward. It's the official Star Trek International Fan Association, or Starfleet. That's the official fan club. Sort of like the Kiss Army for the Kiss band. The Kiss Army. See if there's any Kiss Army here. Kiss Army is their fan club. It's the official fan club for Kiss. It comes up a newsletter. Comes up a whole bunch of Kiss wants Kiss Army wants you. My fans Billy Starkey and Jay Evans. Kiss Army convention. Like, you mean what? They should have a convention. They should have these places where you can just go to conventions, and I love the convention. I mean, but I like to go to conventions that aren't just about fandom, but it's also about the state of the fandom. It's also about ow! The candle got too hot to me. Trying to get these flakes off my fingers. I'm going like that in front of the fire, trying to melt it. Already, this thing has chewed up my. This thing has burnt up my my smudge stick. My smudge stick is taking a beating. See, it's got this black marking on it because I tried to run it in the fire to melt some of the wax, but then it kind of got charred there. I use it to scrape away the wax and stuff, and all these other stuff that I'm picking on the ground, or picking off the floor here. If some of the liquid goes onto the if some of the liquid goes onto the floor like that, or onto the table. Oh, this is one crazy candle, I tell you. It's just slowly melting. It took one whole evening to melt it down. But I like scented candles. But candles have this kind of weird chemical to it, so perhaps it's turning me even more girly. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's probably making its epigenetic changes right now to turn me into a chick. So. So anyways, thank you for watching our show, and we're not going to be, most likely we're not going to be able to survive this one, so. We're not really in the white club. I'm white, I'm white, I'm white. White. Is that, what was that on? What was that movie called? I forgot. Politics, I wrote down. Yeah, what are you talking about? We're talking about Mog Biscuit. More arguing about who's who and who's who in politics. So I'm going to assume that once I donate again, I'm going to get my name back onto the donor list. It's going to be golded again, I guess. Oh, I wouldn't give for a nice cabin someplace. Or renting a nice cabin someplace and just holiday home and just or a nice shanty, you know. Yeah, one of those ice fishing shanties, and I'm just like, oh, this is heaven. Just relaxing. A nice couch, catching some fish in front of my chair while I'm just watching, while I got the game on or playing the game on. But alas, duty to the family comes first. Actually, what I noticed about when I first turn a candle on is that it does make you feel kind of loopy. It kind of makes you feel sleepy, and this that kind of fantasizes this up in a weird sweat lodge kind of thing, you know. The lights off, and just going, just relaxing. But one day it'll be real. One day I'll be real. Realisms. Okay, so that's it. I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching our show, and I think I'm not gonna come back on with this what's it, the ORville. Maybe I'll just come in and occasionally set the guy's shit on fire and set his power plants on fire. But eventually he'll finish me off, and then I'll do the same again. I'll make another large kingdom, and once I find THC, I just keep on burning the hell out of him and bombing the hell out of him, and it'll be funny as hell. And if we continue, I just continue to keep on being a douche to him, and it'll be funny. But like I said, I'm the Wiki Woo. I mean, everyone knows who I am, and we killed the Wiki. We killed the Wiki. Thanks for watching the show. Have a lovely evening, guys. Thank you for watching our show. Have yourselves a lovely evening. Like you. I'm surprised to see you guys haven't seen what haven't asked what Jiu was about. I'm gonna call myself that. I'm gonna call myself that as a team. Yeah, I should do that as a team killing name. Call myself Jiu. It's supposed to be some kind of weird it's the guy. Okay, you know the guy who plays Kiko the Jew what's it? God's Must Be Crazy. It's the indigenous. It's the Shona man here. In the 1980s, there was this movie called God's Must Be Crazy in South Africa, and Nambian sand farmer named Nixel Toma. Nixel, there we go. He's dead now? Yeah, he died in 2003. Wow. So he's a coma. Nixel. Oh, okay. So, anyways, he starred in the Hong Kong version of God's Must Be Crazy, which is God's Must Be Crazy 2, Crazy Safari, Crazy in Hong Kong. Ooh, Crazy Safari. God's Must Be Crazy 2. Oh, I've seen this guy. Zizo Nixel. So this is the Chinese version of God's Must Be Crazy. I know there's 4 of them. Crazy Safari and I guess Crazy in Hong Kong. Anyways, somehow Lizao, the Bushman, Lizao, Crazy in China. Okay, so there was 3 movies of him starring him in China. I remember the some so so La Lulu. I guess the Chinese transliteration of his name was Zizu or Nizao's name. I guess it was Lixao or Lixiu or something like that. Lixiu and yeah, he starred in 3 different movies. Uh, so he became a rancher who had a 20 cattles of he had to 20 cattles of cows. He farmed maize, pumpkins, and beans, and so has the cattle. A herd of several head of cattle in the herd, but no more than 20 because he he couldn't go over 20. He couldn't count higher than 20. 2 sets of 10. Okay. Uh, oh, he died of super TB, super bug TB. How much kids did he leave behind? Oh yeah, 6 surviving children. So they must be pretty well off. These are languages from Africa, Southwest Africa. Oh, Southwest Africa. Okay, okay. Yeah, that was a province. That was a province here. Now it's its own country. See, it used to be called German South Africa or something. German Southeast Africa. Okay, so that's Lixao. So that's the big mystery of why I see this. And I think at the time I was a kid, I have an image and I was watching it. I was borrowing it from the library because I think we were learning about apartheid, and I think we were learning about apartheid, and we were learning of how African indigenous African peoples were portrayed as being very primitive and stuff. And not even close. Namibia and South Africa and all these other African countries are very high tech. I mean, Zimbabwe as well, and um, they're quite familiar. I mean, with vehicles and stuff over the countryside. And I mean, just because they live in huts and stuff doesn't mean that they're backwards. I mean, lots of indigenous people in China, they live traditionally like that in caves too, as well, in ancient caves, and I mean, some live in houses, but some even live on houseboats and stuff. So uh, they're very high tech too. I mean, they're able to use high tech radios and stuff, and like, I mean, okay, in World War II, I mean, one of the things the Japanese used the merchant sampan ships. Well, the sampans were wooden boats, basically just they're transports in between their transiting in between the vast Japanese empire, even the home islands, and they would keep an eye out to actually keep an eye out for American subs. They have a radio on them, and then if they see a sub or see an American ships or anything weird like that, they would report you to the pilots, to a nearby aircraft carrier, or to a nearby land base, and then they would go and bomb the submarines. So yeah, it's not a primitive thing. So that's where the seal comes from. Um, how large is this? It's the Sand Nation. So at least 100,000 people. So that's a lot of people. Zimbabwe, Angola, South Africa. Namibia, Botswana. I hope that the UN is able to provide the and Doctors Without Borders is able to provide the meds necessary to keep keep these diseases at bay, so that their people can can give a double the period. Colonialism and independence. For democratic self-government in Botswana, United Kingdom, elected. So anyhow, I hope that people can double, and then there'll be lots of with you. So I'm gonna write this down in my list here. Like you, and I keep on ending it like that. Look, it's now in the book. It's now in the magical book. I can't believe Torah is in there too. I mean, was Torah ever used as sometimes I use names and I don't post them. Sometimes I get bored and I don't post them, or sometimes they get too numerous and I don't post them. So let's see if Torah is on us. I just checked my book right there and it said Torah. Utopia Griefing. Okay, not there. I'm going to be cramming all night on these questions. RCMP. When did I call myself RCMP? Did I call myself RCMP? Interesting. It's me watching me. It's me watching me. And I'm summer. Huh. Awesome. It's just me talking about me. Okay, so there was no Torah, but there was an RCMP. I don't remember. Honestly, don't remember making that video. So, thank you for watching our show. I'm gonna be waiting for a while now before I go, and I'll go for one final probe run before I eliminate from the game, and then I'll be there to remake my remake another remake another woo! Don't burn me. Let's click on the tip there. I'll be trying to remake them. Oh, it's spilled everywhere. That's why I hate these fucking candles. They're so fat, and sometimes it spills everywhere. It goes the shit just goes everywhere. And now it goes all over the fucking table. I have to wait till it gets cooled down again, and then I have to scrape at it with my smudge stick. Smudge stick. So how do I describe it? Well, I took a branch, and I cut it into 4 different quarters. I'll be using a smaller hacksaw for that tool next time. I'm going to the store and getting a smaller hacksaw because the larger saw doesn't work. And I use a saw for that too. So, and then I cut into little pieces. Then I what is it? I sanded it down, and then now it's covered in all wax. So, but the thing is, I cannot put it in the fire anymore. Otherwise, it'll start. I found out it will start to burn. Even if I have it a little bit high up, it'll still smolder. So, I don't want it to burn through. So I hate this goddamn candle that the church gave me. I mean, so annoying. It's so big. It's so obnoxious. I can tell that I know that it's supposed to be some kind of a representative of the light of Christ, and you wanted to like any other Saxon culture thing, better, bigger is better, and all that jazz, and everything's bigger in Texas, and big balls, and and it's a very alpha. It's a very alpha. It's a very alpha. Alpha valuing culture, where everything has to be alpha, alpha, alpha. So I'm not trying to be racist here, but sometimes it's good to chill out, See, there we go. I'll show you what I mean. So I have some wax. I have some wax on the tip here, and I'm just gonna try and see if I can see if it'll melt. See, it gets all smoldery now. It's all smoldery. So let's try this. Let's try to see. I think what's happening is the flame is trying to the wax is starting to get burned. See, the wax is starting to get burnt here. Even if I hold it up like that, the chemicals from the wax is starting to catch on fire. So I'm going to have to whittle this down again and sand it again. But I've tried to make it flat. I try to make it flat like a flat edge, if you can see from the camera. So I try to make it as a flat so I can. So it's the intention was to go underneath all the burning sage, and flip it over. Sometimes some indigenous students will say. Sometimes some indigenous students will say, "Don't do that. You're supposed to let it burn out." Let the sage burn out, but sometimes you just want to flip it over to keep so the smoldering. Sometimes the bottom of the sage it won't burn, and we like our sage, we like our smudging. So the good news is, if I'm able to graduate and then go into Athabasca U and get a social worker degree. That should dry up the wax enough. Yep. Okay, there we go. If I'm able to, let's just tap it. I'm just basically what I'm doing is running it not in the fire but on the fire, so it drips and melts and dries up. So all this stuff drips and melts and dries up. So, ooh, it's hot. Woo! Maybe hold it. No, don't want to hold it at the bottom. Maybe let it cool down first. There we go. See. Ah! Too close to the fire. I was distracted. There we go. And just put it back into the crucible, the bowl, the little burning. When in candles you have a little, as the candle melts, you have this little bowl area. That's called. I call it the little magical crucible, but shit goes everywhere. This is sprinkling all the shit that I've scraped off my desk. Because I don't want to go into my note paper. Because the thing is, if it goes on the note paper, sometimes it might make a barrier between the ink. Sometimes I don't know. Somehow there's always a way that the wax gets onto the paper. The chemicals prevents because it's all greasy and all the wax and all that stuff maybe soaks through the paper. It all gets all sticky, and it prevents the ink from writing or the pencil from writing onto the paper. So yes, I still use pen and paper. I think it's because I still had lots of pen and paper from the leftovers from the 90s, and my brother was a high school student here and whatnot, and I did commandeer some of his books in this room, and this is his room. I had commandeered some of the books in his room years ago. So okay, careful. There we go. commandeered some of his books, and that should be good enough for now. Put it back into its original place. Ancient Chinese jar of goo. Same thing. I was just trying to run the flame into the candle, and I think I'm getting high from all the burning wax. I mean, I'm just totally out of it today, this evening. I mean, I don't want to usurp indigenous cultures, but that's why I don't. This is not an authentic sage smudge stick. Oh God, this candle is so bloody obnoxious. I can appreciate that they're trying to be kind and kind and stuff, and giving this wonderful candle that was all wrapped in a string and stuff like that. But sometimes, Okay, so thank you for watching the show. Have yourselves a lovely evening. Like you.